finishing touches, and obviously the rest of the choreo will be there, the whole package with Bill doing everything that he's going to be doing. So what questions do you have of me for what we can do between now and then to start working towards that most improved?
Dynamics.
Is that a question?
Well, that's a question, yes. How do we work on it besides just doing it, just going on?
That's going to really take your section leaders and your directors' commitment to stopping you when you don't. They can't allow you to sing it with this shape, right? Because then it sounds like that. So
I have to work on that. You guys have to follow me. You're still not getting. I was out to here.
right.
And I wasn't getting enough, but that's just.
Yeah, and that has to do with consistency from the director showing you the shape, and then consistency from you reacting to that. Now, you say dynamics, but remember there's an emotional content to it. So let's remember why we're getting bigger there. We're commanding the question in some places, and then we say on June and July and August nights. By the way, it's nights, right?
Yes.
I never hear that S. It's funny, I don't hear that one. And then that's the lean in, right? We remember the emotion. There's a reason we're taking that emotional breath and that we're getting quiet. And it's not just let's sing a two. Let's be emotional there. Let's lean in for the kiss. There. So I think it's a two-part answer. One is have your team be committed to not letting you get away with not executing the plan. Well, three parts. One, you have to know the plan. And then two, they have to make sure you execute the plan. But three, you have to understand the emotional content behind it. Because that'll help you remember the plan. You remember why you're singing soft or why you're singing loud. That makes it so much easier than if you just say, okay, I've got to remember here's a 3, and here's a 7, here's a 5, here's an 8. And only for the most left brain of baritones does that work.
The story should lead you to where it could have gone.
So that's part of it. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Well, I'm a new bass. I used to sing baritone, and I'm having trouble on the low notes. So when we sing I Never, that's at the bottom of my range, and I'm kind of
Never. Okay.
So we're supposed to sing a 9.
You sing your 9th. You sing your 9th.
Well, that's going to be a 3.
It's your 9th, right? If everybody sings their 9, then the chorus will be at a 9.
Okay.
If the people that can, if you know the loud singers like Bill Marsh's, she sings her 9, it's pretty loud, okay? And if she decides she's going to sing a 6, then the chorus won't be at a 9. But if you decide you're going to sing your 6, the chorus won't be at a 9 either. The amount of difference might be less, but it's still still going to be. And the other thing, there was another bass. There she is, who's a new bass. And she said, right at the end, I can't even sing those notes. They're too low.
I can't.
So then what you do is you find a smart place to switch to baritone.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And you pass that through your section leader and your director and say, these last 5 notes of the bass part, I can't sing. So what should I do? How about I switch to baritone there? And they go, sure, that'd be great. Here, let's switch you. In fact, let's switch you a measure earlier where it makes sense, where there's a breath or something, right? So you're not, just because you're a bass doesn't mean you have to sing all the bass notes. They might be too loud, too low for you. Tenor, you're a tenor, but maybe, maybe that top note is, you can't sing it with good quality. So you don't sing that note. Just because you're a tenor doesn't mean you have to sing every note. It means you have to do what's right for the team. Right? So figure that's a good question, and hopefully it was a good answer.
Especially not that high tenors, because that note really pops out.
Well, I tell you what, it's a fantastic note. They sing it really, really well. And they're doing a fine job of singing it without punching it. So, and that's what I said the very first thing this morning. Our warm-ups, I was like, wow, the centers are having troubles. You have troubles in your mid-range. You don't have troubles on those high notes. Those high notes sail. They're fantastic. Let's get your mid-range notes to sail like those high notes do. I think some of you take a different approach to your middle range sound. And as a result, we don't get that clarity and the not as much vibrato and all that. We get more vibrato and a little less clarity at the mid-range. So let's see if we can fix
So
that.
in sectionals, what would you suggest?
I would say do top-down exercise.
Okay.
So go, instead of, so I start, and bring that sound from here down into mid-range. Bring that sound in placement without changing anything. Because what can happen is when they start here, you have that sound instead of that clarion sound that we want in there. So we're top down, start in their range where they're excellent, and bring that sound down in there without letting them change it. And see if they're doing something mechanically to change it. Maybe they're over opening, maybe they're dropping.
Well, yeah, and it's such a different thing from choral singing.
Yes, it is.
Because in choral singing, you want to do that thing, but in barbershop, especially tenors, need to just keep it focused and forward. And I think they always think, well, this is comfortable, this sounds better. But,
Right.
okay.
Remember we said at the very beginning, I want you to sing with as much vibrato as you can, and then with as little vibrato as you can. And if you had trouble doing one of the extremes, work on that. Figure out how to put vibrato in, because leads, you might need it. And figure out how to take vibrato out, because tenors and baritones, you need to do that. You need to be able to sing without it when it's important. And especially mid-range is going to be really important for the tenors. Take that vibrato out and keep that mask placement, keep the model going there. So yeah, it's a good question. And spurs what others. I love this facility. It's a great facility to sing, to warm up. And this could be even something to practice for regional or something. You could do a regional practice or something like that if you were so inclined. I don't know what they would charge you to rent the room for the evening, but it's that's the kind of thing. I think going to a different place sometimes helps you, because when you go to contests, it's a different place. So you rehearse in your one room and it sounds one way, and then the day of contest you go to a different place, and of course rehearsing in your ballroom doesn't help you so much. But if you get a chance every now and then to go to a place like this that has a little more ring, a little more space all the way to the back, it'd probably be worth it. Yeah.
So the other end of the room, which has some higher ceiling,
Definitely.
floor.
Sometimes just turning around.
Sometimes we would go outside. Yeah, and sing.
That's always
That's really hard.
hard.
That's hard.
But it's good. You sing with your backs against the building so you have a shell. And then sing out to where you don't get much feedback, because that simulates some of the arenas we sing in at Regional A.
Fortunately, this venue is pretty good. The Orpheum is
That'll be good.
pretty good sound.
Have good monitors.
So that's good. What else? Anything?
We'll have 100 when we get home.
Yeah.
Well, Marcia's got my email.
He's good about returning emails.
I'm pretty good about returning emails. Alarms, not so much, but. The funniest part, I don't know if anybody, my alarm apparently didn't go off. I woke up like 8:20. 40 minutes away. Okay, this is not good. And I got here, and when I got here, I was checking my phone, and there was a little notice that says, "Tap here to cancel alarm." What? Why didn't you go on? And I pressed it, and the alarm went off. You! I don't know what it was. It just,
We would have waited for you.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Marcia said you're gonna get warmed up, but it was just it's going on 100, so the loop. So it was great. I could go 8, and I made it. Well, I went 80, got passed. So I mean,
Yeah.
okay. But anyway, that's really fun. Yeah, I want to be able to work on making music and performance aspects in April. So we don't want to work on the same thing of, well, don't forget, this is the sound you make.
Yeah, we're gonna wanna run sets and.
Yeah, we're going to want to run sets. You need to start running sets soon. Yeah. And running sets. And the other thing is, you might want to also do a little bit of the how do I stand when I face the audience and accept. We have a lot of new members, people that we want to make sure that the chorus does the same thing. Doesn't mean you all have to throw your shoulders and elbows back and grin maniacally at the audience. But you definitely want to have a same look and feel for what you want to be. And if you're going to be squared to the audience, accepting the applause from your audience, then you want to make sure you know when to come in and how you're going to do that stepping in to be with the director. Like when he turns around in the beginning, summertime, and maybe the staging of that is going to be maybe you're all standing and even the out people are standing and you take the acceptance, the applause, and he turns around and then you go, summertime. You hear the leads go, and then baritones, summertime, summertime. Everybody turns when they sing. That'd be sweet, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my question.
I know. Everyone's like, oh, I can see that. This will be the last thing we'll do. Since nobody had any questions. So here's the deal. I want everybody to stand parallel to this is the edge of the stage. So you stand parallel to the stage. And we're not going to use that down the tiles term. I want you to face your audience. Face your audience. And this will be, so your face straight out. Okay? That's great. That's fantastic. And Bill's in there. And he's going to walk out. And we'll have the pitch. So, no, we're not yet. So it's, you blow the pitch and everybody knows, summertime. That's where we're going to start. Okay, we're ready for our next contestant, and the pitch stops. Say, contestant number 7, representing such and such chapter from blah, 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 under the direction of Dr. Bill Shaw, the Westwind Chorus! Now, when you say that, your reaction should not be this. Your reaction should be, what I want you to do, remember the exercise where we put our, all that, what I want you to do is just expand the chest, show some pride. But while you're doing that, start thinking of, they're applauding, so you're going to do about half of the applause, accepting, and then you're going to go into, what is this song? What is the motivation? What is my motivation behind this? All right, let's see that. Here we go. So there we are. So we're under the direction of the Westwind Chorus. Yeah, show that pride. Yeah. Now the pitch starts going, you start thinking about it. Don't turn in with him. Do not turn in with him. Turn in when you sing. If I'm going to go, summertime, I'm going to go, summertime. So I'm not moving slowly. Okay? It's not like, summertime. Because that's not noticeable.
Right.
That would be an approach. But you don't see it. So you really want to go, summertime. And then the baritones will go, summertime. And then the bass is, summertime. So you arrive by the word time, but you're in motion so that you arrive. And notice to go that way, you have to go this way first. So it's like, yeah, I don't move much, but I have to unweight. I can't just go. That's hard to do. Well, yeah, I can do it. It doesn't look very good, does it? But I have to go. Did you see the shift? Did you see the shift?
Yes.
Right? It wasn't much. It's like he's going to direct me, and when he goes, breath, that's when I'm going to do my shift. So it's going to be, Summertime. Let's try that, ladies. So we're down the tone, sorry, you're facing your audience. And? You have to be in motion sooner than that. So that means,
Different start.
so ready? You're going to have your hands out further, okay? Ready? So just have to be like this, ready? Pass it off. That's it. And who are you turning to?
Aren't we?
You're turning to whom?
Not the director.
The one. It happens to be in his direction.
Right out there somewhere.
Right? Right?
Right out.
But this is, you're getting the attention of the one you're going to be saying this. Because what's the next line? The time I should have said I love you so. Now, those of you in the center, if I'm the lead, I'm going to go. Summertime. I'm going to turn in to the exact same place I was at. Okay? Right?
Still gotta do step back.
Summertime, summertime. Notice how there's a hold. Summertime, right? So let's make sure that we get that locked in. This could be fun.
It could be, it really could be. It's kind of a two-step move.
It's
Steps.
that's baritone talk.
It's weight shift.
Yeah, but you start on the breath, so it goes summer. Here's your move, right? So you're there by time. He's going to go summertime, and you have to be in motion already, baritones, right? Let's try it again. Here we go. Way too soon.
I did, okay, I was doing it when I was taking the breath, so I have to.
No, but you went summer, and then you're frozen. It's summertime. You
So
get there by time.
Oh, you move on time.
No, you get there by time.
It's slow.
Everybody do this. I'm going to go stand out, and what we're going to do is we're going to go. I'm not going to go this way, so I'll stand this side. You're going to go. 1, 2. That's your move. Now you don't move out, by the way. I want you to stand in normal chorus position. Front row, you might be a little too close to this right now.
There you go.
Now, do you notice your body angle right now? No, I want you to be into Bill. So be in your normal body, so where you're standing. So point your body at Bill.
Chorus position.
That means get your feet pointed at him. Okay? Now go back to the other position, facing your audience.
You want to go?
You have to get to the position you were just in. That's all you have to move. So it has nothing to do with moving feet out. It doesn't have to do with anything. You're just going, summertime. Now I'm in chorus position. Okay, so everybody do that. I'm going to say summertime, and you're going to move. Ready? And summertime. That's it. That's the whole move. That's the whole move. And now here's the baritone move. Ready? Baritones and summertime. Baritone. Everybody move like we're singing baritone. Here we go. We're facing down to our audience.
Kids already sung their part?
Yeah,
Don't worry about them. We're doing the baritone part. Here we go. And summertime. That's the baritone tempo. Now here's the bass and tenor tempo. It's going to be like this. Summertime. So you have to go summertime. So you don't actually start moving the foot until the distance between mer and time, right? So let's do the bass and tenor move. Ready? The bass and tenor move. Here we go. And summertime. Do you see how some of you got there too soon, right? Do it again. And summertime. Good. Now let's do each of our parts. Here we go. Down towards our audience.
D.
And we're going to sing it.